We got some Diet Coke chats. I'm so excited. I got my Diet Coke. Mickey D's has the best Diet Coke. Okay. I also got a water because I finished my 32 ounce at the gym and I wanted a water. Okay, let's chat this week. I got it's week 22, I believe. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong. Week 22 of the cut, and I got my check-ins back from Mia, and honestly, we're still, we're cranking, okay? Weight is just consistently coming down. This week I averaged 154s, which is a pound less than last week. Like, it's consistent progress, which is all we want to see, which is great. I have figured out sleep. I am getting probably lower end of 7 hours of sleep, and that is simply because my body wakes up at a certain time every single day. So if I go to bed any later, I still wake up at the same time. I have just been really making sure that I am sleeping. I'm in bed around 8 hours before my body just wakes up, which on the weekends is usually, and on remote days, it's usually around 6:30, depending on remote day versus a weekend. So I know that I need to go to bed at the latest. I try to be in bed at like 9:45. So I've been calming down for an hour. I've had the lights turned off, like overhead lights turned off. I have usually sometimes a tea if I'm feeling it. I'm doing any kind of recovery, so like legs up the wall. I'm winding down so that I can try to hit like true sleep of top end of 7 hours, but I'm averaging probably lower end of 7. But I'm rested. I feel great. My lifts are not affected. My cardio actually is interesting. So last week, the only point where we're seeing recovery being affected is cardio. Something was going to be feeling it at some point, like the cut. So, I mean, I'm still at 1450 calories. So I really am not getting any fun, like, extra treats, which to be expected. Like, I still get ice cream every single night with my Ninja Creami. Are you kidding me? Like, it's so good. And I get a ton of cream of rice. That's like my big meal that I have around my workout. And my lifts are still insane. I do not feel any different in my lifts. I mean, I'm sure I'll feel it when I reverse out and I'll be like, oh wait, I actually was maybe affected a little bit, but my intensity still there. My excitement to lift still there. And that if that goes away ever, I am done. Like, it's not like I'm here for the bodybuilding part. Okay. That's my true love. Competition, tiny fragment. Bodybuilding, my love. Okay. So, the only thing that's been affected, okay, so I am at 5 sessions of 50 minutes of cardio, and I have a heart rate goal of 130s to 140s, which I have always been able to get to pretty easily, and I've been doing elliptical now because it honestly has been really great recovery from like a recovery standpoint. Getting the steps in I need on top of cardio has really was taking a toll on my right hip. It's an old track injury, and it's like, you know, when it's about to rain, like I feel it. It's one of those things. So it was starting to really just honestly affect my hip joint. I don't even know, but I was just feeling all of the walking was a lot. So I switched to elliptical, and it was magic. I was like, holy, I have never just felt like I didn't just walk a million steps, but I still was able to get my heart rate actually pretty quickly into the 130s to 140s to sometimes hit 150. So I had switched to elliptical about 3 weeks ago, and I was starting to have this week a problem with getting my heart rate into the 130s. I was I felt like I was sprinting to get my heart rate into like 128, 130. And then I had to recover. And then I would because I literally could not keep that up. And then I would go down to like the 118, 120s. So after 2 sessions of that, I messaged Mia during the week and I said, hey, this is becoming a problem. Just FYI, my cardio is being affected. So she said, you know what? Heart rate 120s? Cool. We're adjusted. And I had a cardio session after that. It was my last one of the week, and I was able to hit that just fine. And yeah, I've recovered just fine too. I didn't feel like I was absolutely dying afterwards. Actually had a new low after that too, I believe. But yeah, cardio was a thing this week. So sent in check-ins. She said, you're looking lean. You're looking lean. And something I think a lot of people are like, oh, so you get a refeed. I'm like, and that's not how it works. And I'm learning this too because I have a coach who's teaching me all this. Refeeds are a tool, but it's not just like, oh, throw some food and you're good to go and, you know, fuel your lift and maybe you'll drop some pounds. What I love is I am learning something new all the time by having a coach, which is like, so recovery's been affected. I kind of knew something might be in the works on Mia's end of like what we're going to do going forward this week. So she said, we're cranking, we're a couple weeks away, and I'm not like racing to get to the finish line because I'm just doing what I do, which is keep doing, like execute, you know? So I'm not holding my breath or anything. I'm just doing what I'm told, and I'm clearly working, right? So Mia said, hey, we're seeing recovery's been affected. I had mild constipation, okay? I think it was just because I was adjusting. My food timing is just a little bit different on the weekend than it is during the week, but usually I'm pretty consistent in that area, okay? So she said, okay, we're seeing some recovery problems, just a little bit, so here's what we're gonna do. No cardio, insert celebration, okay? No cardio until Wednesday. You're gonna check in with me Wednesday, tell me how weights are, tell me how you're feeling, and we will go from there. Just to remove some stress and see if that does anything. And yeah, we'll just go from there. So I'm excited for that because I don't mind cardio. I really don't. It's just the amount of time it takes up because I am also an entrepreneurial on the side and it takes up a lot of my time. And then I also have a full-time job, and then I'm also balancing a phenomenal I pour into my relationship with my husband and life, you know what I mean? So, and also it is recovery. Like, it's a mental load to be like, okay, I need to get XYZ cardio done this week. And guys, I'm averaging it out to be about like 4.5 hours a week, which is fine. Like, I make it work. I could do more. Like, it's fine. You just make it work. But it does take time and energy out of other things that you could be doing in your life, in your day. So today was wonderful because I got that right before I was about to start cardio. I got my feedback from Mia and from my coach, and I was like, dang, okay, wait, I have like a whole hour of my life back. So do you know what I did? You know what I did today? I made it. I'm productive, okay? I like to be efficient and productive. You know what I did? I was like, hey, I have another hour. So I did a little tanning bed session because it's either been cloudy in Ohio or it's been sunny. And we're not really getting like a true summer right now. I don't really know what's going on. But our winter went from literally through May, okay? And then we got summer, but now it's either summertime. They're still in walking. Now it's either summertime or it's rainy time. So yeah, that's been fun. But other than that, yeah, so I have time. So we did a tanning session and then we went ahead and did like a whole bunch. I rolled on my back. Like, I got to do a lot of recovery and it just felt so good to have that time to just relax, do things that are relaxing. Like, when I was tanning, I was listening to my book. And then, you know, I'm getting home and it's not going to be 1 o'clock by the time I get home, finish social media, get my Diet Coke. Like, now I still have to do steps. No, like, I just feel so relaxed. And I would like to see if that follows through in, you know, weight decreasing stress, all the things. But if it doesn't, whatever, like, on to the next week. So those are the updates. Things are happening in the background of life as well, just changes, motions in the oceans of my life, you know what I mean? So I'm just grateful and always grateful. And if you listened to my video last week, I did talk about how I'm going to start making a redirection for when people ask me, you know, post-show treats, or honestly, if anyone's ever like, hey, how can I support you? I just want to redirect them to, you know, donate to these food banks. I want to do like women's battered shelters, veterans, because these are all people who really deserve the attention. It's not me. I'm just a little old me doing little old things over here. I am not hungry. I am not deployed. I am in a wonderfully safe relationship. Those are all things that I don't take for granted, because I know that those are things that people don't have in their life. And I'm putting those together, especially when I'm in my growth phase. I'm going to make sure it's all ready to go for when I do get questions, because I just know they're going to pop up more when I'm in prep, just so that when I do get questions, I can have direction for that. So that will be set up in the next couple of weeks. And then other than that, y'all, I'm going to go enjoy this beautiful day. I'm going to go on a nice little walk, because it's cloudy and it's beautiful. And then Nick comes home next weekend, and I'm just so happy. And I think it's because the sun was out this week. So yeah, I need the sun to be out more, and I need to move so that we can be in the sun all the time, because I am a much happier person, truly, in the sun, as we can tell. Even if it's cloudy, I love a cloudy day. But okay, yip yap session is done. I'm gonna go home after taking a little walkie walk and enjoy my little Diet Coke. But I hope you guys have a great week. All my people, all my 18 subscribers, what's up? What's good? Yeah, have a wonderful week. And enjoy me just journaling life, okay? Because that's what I'm doing. All right, now we're done.